Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher, and philosopher. Today I have taken a topic for astrological discussion is that how Saturn activates ancestral energy for your prosperity. Very interesting topic you will not find elsewhere. Very interesting topics. All my topics are always interesting and enlightening from astrological perspective. Saturn is known as the harbinger of change. Saturn is also called Kaal, meaning time personified. Saturn's transit carries weight and is meaningful in ushering in a new era which may meaningfully change the demographic in one's life. It has that much of potential, the transit of Saturn. My astrological research has established that the 12th house of a horoscope represents the ancestors of a native. Since it is the house immediately preceding the Lagna or your ascendant, Lagna or your ascendant represents the native, and the 12th house his predecessors, ancestors, his lineage and legacy. Since 12th house is the house immediately preceding the Lagna, and Lagna represents the native, yourself, so your ancestors lie in your 12th house. The 9th house of your luck or bhagya is the 10th house of action or karma of your predecessors. The karma or action of your ancestors has a telling effect on your luck and fortune. If your 12th and the 9th houses are afflicted, it is conceivable that you are devoid of the blessings of your predecessors or ancestors because of actions and karmas. The Dwadashamsha chart, which in short is D12, is constructed by dividing a zodiac sign into 12 equal parts, which is a microscopic view of the 12th house of your birth chart. These are all niche areas of Vedic astrology, and I am convinced that nobody has hitherto made any research in these niche areas of astrology due to a lack of ideas. I am the first person to carry out research in these niche areas for astrological enlightenment. Keeping the above discussed research theme in the background, I will hold a small astrological discussion on how the transit of Saturn activates the ancestral energy when activating a Karaka Bhava and Karaka Lord of Dwadashamsha D12 during its transit through the birth chart. I hope this astrological presentation will open a new vista in the way we interpret D12 vis-a-vis Saturn's transit. Let us discuss on how Saturn's transit activates the Karaka Bhava and Karaka Lord of D12 while activating the same on the birth chart on a horoscope for practical clarity on the philosophy. Horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, a former Prime Minister of India. Horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, a former Prime Minister of India. We will straightway go to the 12th house and the 9th house. See, her ascendant is Cancer and 12th house is Gemini, afflicted by Ketu. It is afflicted by Ketu. Her from 12th house, the 9th house will become the 10th house of the karma and action of your ancestors or predecessors. See, the 10th house of karma of her predecessors from Gemini, the 10th house always become Pisces. And look at my cursor, and Pisces is the 10th house from the 12th house, 10th house of karma of the predecessors. It is afflicted by Mars by his 8th aspect from Leo. Mars is in Leo by his 8th aspects drishti. He has been afflicting the 10th house also. So you can imagine what was the karma of her ancestors. I need not elaborate on the same. Karma, action of the ancestors are being seen in the horoscope. It is afflicted. However, we have to examine the lords also. Who is the 12th lord? He is Mercury. Mercury is not that afflicted. Mercury is only with Sun, and Sun is not a malefic planet. In Vedic astrology, it is called a cruel planet, but not a malefic planet like Saturn and Mars, Rahu and Ketu. These are the malefic planets. Sun is not malefic. It is Mercury is with Sun, and Jupiter, the lord of the Pisces, is Jupiter. He is also not afflicted. So they are the executives, means karta of the 12th house and the 10th house from the 12th house, means karma and action of the karta. Karta, they are the karta, means executives of these two houses, Gemini and Pisces, and they are not afflicted. They are not afflicted. So her ancestors or predecessors have a good intention for her keeping a good intention for her toward her, keeping a good intention toward her. They want to help her, but the houses are afflicted, so it will give the mixed result. Now I will narrate. In our horoscope, both the 12th house of predecessors and the 9th house, the 10th house of karma of the ancestors are afflicted, prima facie, indicating that they didn't have much excellent karma with them to bless us. They don't have the much this thing, what is called much excellent karmas to help her. To help her means to help their descendants. They don't have that kind of karmas, ancestors. However, the house lords are not that kind of afflicted, which indicates that they bear intentions to bless the native. They have the intention to bless the native. Since the houses are the promises and the house lords are the kartas, executives, so she enjoyed the mixed partial blessings of her forefathers. Partial blessings of her forefather, which will be activated by Saturn in course of his transit through various houses of her horoscope. It is the D12 or Dwadashamsha chart of motherly figure Srimati Indira Gandhi. Ascendant is Taurus. Ascendant is Taurus. Venus is in 4th house Leo. Ketu is in 5th house Virgo. Jupiter is in the 7th house Scorpio. Sun is in the 8th house Sagittarius. Mars is in the 10th house. Mars is in the 10th house Aquarius and is in directional strength. Moon is in the 11th house along with Saturn and Rahu in the 11th house. Mercury is in the 12th house. This is the picture of her Dwadashamsha chart. Now we will be analyzing the Dwadashamsha also. Event. She was married on 26th March 1942. Saturn was transiting through Taurus. The 7th house of marital partnership in her D12 is Scorpio and Mars is the Lord. See, it is the 7th house. Scorpio is the 7th house and Mars is the Lord. Mars is the Lord of the 7th house. Take this transit to the birth horoscope, since transit has to be seen from the birth horoscope. Saturn is transiting in Aquarius, or Saturn was transiting in Aquarius when she married. From Aquarius, it was aspecting Scorpio, the 7th house, triggering the result as per blessings and intentions of her forefather. Since we are discussing Dwadashamsha. From Taurus, the transit Saturn was aspecting the 7th house sign of Scorpio of Dwadashamsha in D1, and Mars the seventh lord of Dwadashamsha in Aquarius in the birth chart by his 10th aspect from Taurus. He was expecting Scorpio from Aquarius by his 10th aspect and Mars through his 7th aspect. The ancestral energy for her marriage was activated by the transiting Saturn and she was married off. We have already seen in Dwadashamsha that the 7th house from Taurus ascendant is Scorpio and Mars is the ruler. Saturn was transiting in Aquarius. From Aquarius, it was directly aspecting the Dwadashamsha 7th Lord, Dwadashamsha 7th Lord Mars, and by his 10th aspect, the Scorpio sign, which is the 7th house sign of Dwadashamsha. So her marriage had taken place with the intention of her forefathers. Next event, she became the Prime Minister for the first time on 24th January 1966. Saturn transit through Aquarius. Again it is transiting through Aquarius. With Taurus ascendant rising in D12, Aquarius is the 10th house of professional status. See, what is 10th house for Taurus ascendant? It is 7, 8, 9, 10. Aquarius is the 10th house. Saturn was transiting in the 10th house Aquarius. So the intentions of her ancestors were fulfilled. Though they did not have much better karmas and actions, it is indicated due to the affliction of the 12th house and 9th house, which is the 10th house of karma oblique actions of the ancestors. So the affliction of the 12th house and 10th house is not desirable for having the flow of blessings from the ancestors. It is my research. It was a short video. Thanks for watching. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher and philosopher.